during the referendum, how were you surprised at the bias that the media had?
No, not at all. I mean, it's like, the media's privately owned. Most of it's privately owned by people that are kind of supporters of the status quo and will support it under any circumstances possible. And the state media, the BBC, it's become like a state media rather than public broadcast media. There's a massive difference between the two, obviously. And it didn't surprise me at all. No, because it's like this is the political changes that have been happening over the last 30 years. It's a culmination of all that. So it seems sensible to me that's how it would be. Yeah? Mm-hmm. That everything, all the culture of our society and all aspects of our society is really important, and you have to have people working in that. You have to have people working, and bringing that out, because it's not going to be recorded. It's not going to be sort of remembered unless people actually do that and make an effort to do it. And it is important. It's sort of whole. I mean, it's like I always think that a society without culture is like it's like a human being without a memory. It's like having a kind of social Alzheimer's disease. Like it's got to be kind of nourished and looked after.
What would you say to young people who are hoping to be creative but they just don't know where to start?
I mean, I think nowadays it's like you have to kind of start from you have to just get involved and do it. Like find some kind of group that are whether it's a writers group or a filmmakers group or whatever. There's bound to be something locally, even if it's very modest. Get involved and see what you can bring to it. And sometimes you find all sorts of different skills. That you've got. You might start off kind of wanting to be a writer, and then find that you're really good at images, and you get behind the camera and you think I can really shoot this, I can see this, I've got that set. So until you try all these different things, you don't really know, And nowadays you can get a camera, you can get sound equipment, and you can get you can make a film and download it, and you can do it and stick it on the net and see what people think about it. And it's all skills that you're learning. The things that they're important skills to have. You can just get involved, write that kind of book, or write that story, or shoot that film.
What was going through your head when you wrote the Roswell incident? Because obviously,
I think probably it was like some acid flashbacks. I've maybe done too much acid and thinking about. I always just thought it would be great if a flying saucer just kind of landed there. Just to think about how people would actually behave, because the flying saucers always land in Hollywood. Because it's near the studios in California, and these sci-fi films. I thought, what if one landed in Edinburgh, landed on a scheme, or landed on some bit of barren sort of land by the bypass or something like that? And just to see how people would behave. And I liked the idea the guys who were kind of, all this is happening on, but people were still so caught up in their own lives and their own dramas that you kind of think, fair enough, aliens, but that bastard in the chip shops fucking kind of try to go off my bird and all that.
What's your main inspiration for writing now?
It's just, to me, it's like a kind of compulsive obsessive disorder. It's like kind of channeling all your other compulsive obsessive disorders into something that isn't going to kill you. And I think that's a good thing to do. If you find that thing, I think that's good. But there's also that kind of creative itch that I've got. I mean, if I see a blank bit of paper, I get really excited. I think anything could go on this. Any idea, any kind of concept, any kind of characters that you want to draw can go on this bit of paper, and that's a huge buzz for me.
Support Wideo Media.
Support Wideo Media.